Hello and welcome back to Wingot Plays Nomifactory. Since the last episode, I've automated the rocket fuel production process and I've put in place a distillery here. A distillation tower, which is being fed with rubber tree saplings to make biomass, then ferment the biomass, and it goes into the distillation tower. It's an incredibly slow process because each time these run, they produce all of 100 millibuckets of biomass, and 100 millibuckets makes 100 millibuckets of fermented biosteel, and then this needs 8 buckets in order to run. And it outputs ammonia and methanol, but 3 of the different processes, I think it's this one, and this one, all need that ammonia. It's only producing, I think it's 600 ammonia each time that runs. And as I said, you need to get to 8 buckets before it runs. And each of these only produces 100 millibuckets. And you can see it's reasonably slow. If we take a quick look here in the brewing machine, it's a 40-second process, which even if that's doubled, that's 20 seconds. Even if it's quadrupled, that's still 10 seconds to produce 100 millibuckets. I do have 2 of them, but even still, that's still 5 seconds to produce 100 millibuckets, which to make 8 liters would be 80 times 5 seconds. So we're looking at 400 seconds, which is 6 minutes and 40 seconds just to produce 600 millibuckets of ammonia. And as I said, there's 3 machines that need that ammonia. So every 5 minutes, it is over 6 minutes to produce a tenth or 2/10, 20% of what 3 of the machines need. Yeah, it's a slow process, but I have managed to get 51 buckets of rocket fuel in there. A lot of that is through, I set up a bit of a custom system in the back where I can make ammonia out of hydrogen and nitrogen. Nitrogen's being constantly made here, and hydrogen I can manually create using sodium and water. And then the sodium hydroxide, if I take that out, it'll produce more hydrogen, and quite quickly. But we've got 51 buckets of rocket fuel there, and we've actually got the same system as I had already set up. We've got 16 buckets of rocket fuel in this fluid tank and can request more. So we've got that 51, plus there's another 16 buckets sitting in a tank downstairs, plus there's another 16 buckets sitting in a tank that could fill a... I'm so sorry, I seem to be rather tired at the moment. But yes, we've got access to rocket fuel passively at least. So we need to now move on to actually being able to make the rocket so that we can go, as the NFT bros like to say, to the moon. We're going to need, even simple rockets demand heavy plates, in this case made out of steel. So steel heavy plates are just made in a compressor. That looks like a pretty simple recipe. And I find it interesting that that requires us to make a compressor, because that would imply that it's not expected that you've made a compressor by this point. Which I would be quite surprised if you managed to get this far in and you have not made a compressor. But there we go, let's make 10 steel heavy plating. That will process away in the background. Perfect. And we're going to need at least one of those before we can progress into the rest there. There we go, steel heavy plating. Perfect. Claim that, and what have we got? So we need to make, so we need to make the launch pad and rocket assembly machine. So a rocket assembly machine, we probably only need one of those, so I'll just craft that one manually. And it's made in the extended crafting table. So we're going to need 4 robot arms. Good, we've already got robot arms made up. We're going to need some emitters. Good. 2 emitters. We're going to need 3, 6, 8, 10. 10 steel heavy plating, so exactly how many I just requested it made is how many we need. We're going to need machine structures, which those are new. We need an advanced assembling machine, which we can make. We're going to need processors, which I've got a few made up there. Perfect. And we need a screen from extra utilities, which we've got everything we need. Perfect. And then we're just going to need these machine structures and those steel plates when they finish crafting. So machine structure, stainless steel plates, machine block, fine. And I can't remember if I ever taught the system to make machine blocks. I don't think I did. There's the 10, good. Machine block. We've got 1 sitting there. Oh, okay. So the system can make it. We've got a shortage of quartzite, but we'll have enough to be able to at least make these machine structures that we need. So if we take a look there, machine structure, good, we need 4 of those. And we're probably going to need more than 4 to do these other steps. Launch pad is made of light concrete, structure tower, actually, okay. So let's quickly go here, we'll add that to there, and we'll add that to there. Perfect. If that's still not done, so let's work on this next step. I think we've already taught the system to make stainless steel frames. We did. So that's easy. And then the launch pad is going to need light concrete as well, which we can make using concrete dust, light concrete cobblestone, or concrete. Let's try concrete dust and see how we make that. We pulverize concrete. Okay, well that would imply that we already need to have concrete. So let's look for other options. We can smelt light concrete cobblestone, which doesn't seem to have a recipe, or we can fluid solidify concrete, which can be made from stone dust and clay dust in a mixer. Okay, so it looks like that's the process we need to actually go through. Let's quickly just go over here and put those in place. We're also going to need some more molecular assemblers and interfaces so that we can extend. And in fact, let's grab some acceleration cards while we're at it. I don't think that's going to be enough. What do you use? You use circuits only? Okay, fine. There we go. And because we need to extend our molecular assembler array here, let me just check on that. Oh, okay. We apparently don't have acceleration cards in our whole back line here. Looks like I forgot to add those. So, okay, so we've at least got all of those full. And then hopefully this should craft a few more of those fairly quickly. Okay. So apparently that's going to take time. I do notice though the machine frames will have been finished, perfect, and then we'll come back to our acceleration cards and expanding this array. So if we get back upstairs, where I think we've got everything we're going to need to make the rocket assembling machine, perfect. And then we need some structure towers. And what did it say we need? We need 6. Perfect, make that. And it's working away. Good, those are made. And then lastly, we're going to need launch pads, which is going to need the light concrete. So let's take that another step back. We need concrete and a block pattern in a fluid solidifier. And then concrete is made here in a mixer. So we need a mixer. We need a fluid solidifier. with a block mold. Button there? Oh, there. Oh. So I think we're going to need some more steel plates in order to make those, and we also need, no, we don't need a hammer, we need oh, we do need a hammer. That's literally what we need. So how do we make a hammer? Let me grab some aluminium, move that out of the way. Good, and some sticks. Is that it? Yep, there we go. Aluminium hammer, perfect. Good, and so that will allow us to make, as soon as the steel plates are made, oh, it's making all those electrical steel plates, probably in the same machine. It's made 20 acceleration cards, so let's grab those out and continue expanding our array. So that one's already full, that one. Yep, okay, good. Perfect. And then we might as well just fill in these bottom two. Good. So we've expanded our molecular assembler array. In time, we'll come back to it and add the other acceleration cards that it's going to need. But in the meantime, what we could probably do is cancel that, grab the steel ingots themselves, and then go find a compressor in order to do this quicker. There we go, there's a random compressor. And that'll make our steel plates. Perfect. Good. And then 4 steel plates allows us to get the empty shape card, which will allow us to get the block mold. Perfect. That should be everything we need to add these machines to the system. We'll grab a whole stack of that, just in case. Now, where are we? I'm not quite sure where I want to put these at the moment. How about for now, they can just extend here, and I'll fix them up later. So step 1, we need the mixer here with, I don't have the recipes, and the advanced fluid solidifier there with the block mold. So if we pop over here, we need a recipe. Oh, that's not going to work. We can't put a recipe for a fluid into the system. So what we're going to need to do is tell it we can output stone dust and clay dust to get light concrete. So instead, what I'm going to need to do is light dust, stone dust into this mixer. So let's move that. I think it's gone. So this mixer can have input from the top. Actually, it doesn't need an output there, so that'll be fine. And then we need another fluid solidifier because I just dropped it. Good. Perfect. And then we are going to need to find a way to loop this around. So how do we do the power? Okay. So I'm going to set it up so that it's outputting from there. Oh, maybe it can't output from its front face. Yeah, I suspect it can't. So let's move the mixer so that the mixer is pointing this way. And then we should be able to tell it to output from that side. There we go. And it outputs fluid. Then we can put the fluid solidifier, which will receive that concrete and convert it into the concrete box. Perfect. So now if we go here, we can say that the concrete and clay dust makes light concrete. And then we are just going to need a fluid interface set to water, and we're going to need some conduits. So we'll need some fluid conduits and item conduits. Good. And then finally, let's turn that off. We can put that there. And this can be configured to water. Good, at which point it can pull water out of there into the mixer. Good. You extract always active. You insert. Oh, don't extract. Always active. Perfect. Now that should be putting water in there. Good. And then our last step is going to be we need the item conduits to pull out of here into the ME interface. So that should hopefully just work. Concrete. Oh, I never put the pattern into it though. Oh. So this interface needs the pattern. And where am I? Oh. And so then we can say, I want concrete, make 10 concrete. Doesn't know how to make clay dust. I'm almost surprised by that. I'm amazed that we haven't already taught it that you can just turn clay into clay dust. Have we got a... And we don't have a macerator with space. Everything's getting rather full. And this was much more involved than I was expecting it to be. Good. So we've got an interface here. We've got energy. Let's just do this. We'll put the macerator here. It's going to need power. It's going to need to output to its top and input from the same side. There we go. And then finally, ME interface with clay dust and output. Good. Now it should be able to make concrete. Make 10 of that. Good. That was far more effort than I was expecting it to be. But in the meantime, those acceleration cards will have been made. Apparently not all of them. And 28 won't even be enough to finish what we've got set up. We'll need at least 30. So launch pads just need light concrete. We'll make 9 from 9 light concrete, and we only need 9. Perfect. So all we're waiting on at the moment is the concrete to finish, which solidifies only 4.9 seconds. The mixer is only 1 second. Oh, apparently we could have done gravel and water. Oh. How does that work out? 1296. In fact, I'm just going to pull up my calculator quickly. So 1296 divided by 576 is 2.25. It just is such an awkward quantity. I think we're going to have to the fact is we told it to make 10, so I would have expected it to at least have made some, even if not the full allotment that we requested. So let's go have a look and try to figure out what's going wrong here. That does not have any concrete in it. That has made concrete, and it's set to output fluids. And I have already tapped on that side to say output there. So the easy solution, except for the fact I use pressurized, in fact the easiest solution is to just go like there. Also, this doesn't have power now that I think about it. But if we go here, good, then that can be set up to extract always active, and so that should insert that same fluid. There you go. And then we just need to connect the power to this machine, which I neglected to do. Oop, that's the wrong cable. So many mistakes today. Good. Now it's getting power, it's making light concrete, and it should be extracting and inserting that. Good. So now, in order to get this to work, so it makes 2.25. No, it needs 2.25 per light concrete, which is another way of saying 9 lots, 2.25 each, so 9 lots will make 4. So if we increase this to 4, we get 4 light concrete for 9 clay dust and 27 stone dust. There you go. Let's give that a go. And we'll cancel out that. And we should be able to just put that back into there. Request 10 concrete. It'll make 12. I think this will work, but as I say, I'm actually rather tired and struggling with even this fairly basic mathematics today. And it'll leave like 512 in there because that's what was in there before we started. 576, yep. Okay, so it's left the same amount in the end, and it should have given us another 12. There we go, fine. That took far too much thought for today. But there you go, there's our launch pads. And that should give us, there you go, everything we need to create a launch pad to go to the moon. For the time being, I'm thinking that it can just go over here. We haven't allocated a use for this section, so it can just do this. Good, and torch, and then finally a rocket assembling machine, I think goes there. Invalid launch pad structure, maybe it goes there. There you go. So now I just need to build a rocket and supply this with power. Good. I actually expected that today we were going to make it through all of these, but I think I'm being a bit slow today is probably the main thing that's limiting us. Now let's have a quick look. Suit workstation. I'm sure that that is easy enough to make. Oh, it is. The only thing we're missing is a work table. I'm surprised that was ready. Good. So, suit workstation. I think we need to actually build a space suit. We need a low pressure tank and a gas charge pad. Okay. Gas charge pad. We're going to need 2 more of those steel heavy platings. In fact, tell it to make 10 more. Go. So we need some electric pumps, HV. A couple of those. Go. We need medium stainless steel pipe. I don't think... Oh, okay. It knows how to make those. And then finally we need a portable tank, which we only know how to make basic. We don't know how to make hardened, and hardened looks pretty simple. That's a basic. Yep, good. So here, perfect, and then we can tell it to make a single hardened. Go. Cool, so that'll get us everything we need for this gas charge pad. And then lastly, we also need that low pressure tank. Which is another medium stainless steel, another portable tank, hardened, and stainless steel plates. So tank, we need another one of those. We need another stainless steel pipe. And then we're just going to need some stainless steel plates. Good. And for now, we can't make that because we're still waiting on the pumps. We've got the plates, but what happened to the... I don't get what happened to the hardened tank. Yeah, for some reason it didn't pull that into... There you go. So now we just need the gas charge pad to finish that one. And we're just waiting on one more pump to be made. Perfect. And done. Perfect. You can go there. I think that probably goes in there. And then we just need to put oxygen into here, would be my guess. It's been a little while since I did Advanced Rocketry. Apparently we need to make a spacesuit. Suit lets you breathe in space, which is kind of important. Fine. So space can only be made in an assembler. And it's going to need radiation layer, pressure layer, thermal cloth. Oh, okay, so that seemed easy. Oh, cloth. Okay. How much string do we have? Actually not all that much. I probably should set up another loop fabricator with the pristine spider in order to get infinite string. But I think I'll do that later on. We'll come back to the spacesuit. We've made the gas charge pad. Let's jump over to fueling station and a linker. Well, that's probably easy enough. Okay, let's look at you. We need stainless steel plates. In fact, let's tell it to make 10 of those. Go. We've got the array, and we need emitter. I don't think the system knows how to make HV emitters. Ooh, okay. Emerald, easy. Gold cable, easy. Chrome rods, I doubt the system knows how to make. Yep, okay, so we're definitely going to have a few things that we're not yet ready to do. That was one of those, and a machine structure. In fact, let's make 10 of those, because I'm sure we'll need more. And then we're going to need electric pumps. Good. And what else have we got? We are going to need the Apollo program. Yep, so we'll start with the guidance computer. We need a seat. Seat looks pretty simple. I'm sure we can make that. Stainless steel plates, isn't it? I thought I'd put the system to make some of those. Oh, okay, it looks like it's making the steel plates for the machine structure, and so it can't make the stainless steel. Huh. I can't see an order for stainless steel plates, so maybe I'm just imagining having put that order in? I don't know. There we go, that makes 1 seat. Perfect. The guidance computer, vibrant quartz, we've taught the system to make already. So you just need 4 of those. Go. Emitters and sensors. So yeah, we're going to need to teach it to make HV emitters and sensors. An ender shard. Make one of those. No. No way. I've managed to clean out all of our ender pearls from converting it into that molten ender. So let us head downstairs and turn off this guy here that was using up all of our... That's crazy that we've managed to use all of that up. Let's just check that our deep mob learning didn't break as running out of ender pearls. So everything is backed up except that molten ender is very low. It's down to 3 buckets. So this was soon going to actually stop working. That's... What was that? Why is there double clay? That's meant to have pulsating dust. Please tell me, please tell me. This is empty, this is empty. They're all completely... My deep mob learning is off. My deep mob learning is off. We're still got lots and lots of diamonds, so we're still producing power. But... I don't know whether that was the ender pearls running out or whether that was the machine down there getting clogged up. Which one happened first? And I definitely need to see what I can do about making that machine downstairs not break if it stops getting... Yeah, I need to see what I can do about making that machine only stock 64 clay instead of allowing clay to go into both slots. But for the time being, that's making pulsating clay. The pulsating clay has to be going into this drawer. And then that has to be feeding into these. Oh, there you go. They're running again. Good. Good. We've at least got our ender men running, which will mean our ender pearls can start to rebuild. And then the others will just all come on in time as well. But that's... How much can go wrong in one episode? Really, how much can go wrong in one episode? I think we're trying to prove that right at the moment. I'm not going to be able to make the ender shard anytime soon though, because we're going to need the ender pearls to back up that system. And frankly, that is the priority. The priority is making sure that our deep mob learning does not go down again. So it's going to take a while till I can get those. Yeah, that icon can go away. So we're going to have to wait. Yeah, for making that screen. That's fine. One of the propellants look like a few portable basic tanks, easy. 3 of those. And yeah, we're just going to need an ender pearl. I think I'm going to have to just wait in 1, 2. That's annoying. Conductive iron plates and red alloy plates. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have to spend a bit of time AFKing between episodes in order to rebuild our ender pearl stocks. Because frankly, we're not going to be able to get far with multiple of our current steps requiring ender pearls. Anyway, stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.